These are the posting area you need to configure based on what system you are in. Suppose if I try to find posting area S000 in ISU server, it will not work. If in the server I have activated S and try to find posting area C000, it will not work. Again, T000 will not work. For example, in our system, in our ISU system, if I try to find I go to FQC0. Okay, here I try to find S000. Does not exist. C000 does not exist. T000 does not exist. R000, yes, it exists because I have activated here R. Utility is activated. Okay. Similarly, whatever application area is activated, you saw we had in the previous server, in the Brim server, you saw C000 and S000 together. Okay, but whenever S is activated, you cannot search for T000. Whenever C is activated, you can search for C000, vice versa. Okay, so this is how the integration happens. And next we are going to talk about taxes. Okay, so taxes means ideally the taxes are generated from the invoicing. Again, since I'm not doing invoicing, the taxes I can show you in FICA posting only. And I'm going to tell you in the interface, sorry, in the integration where these taxes needs to be configured. So tax, the main tax data is in the FI side. So first I have to come from FI. So /n SPRO SAP reference IMG financial accounting new financial accounting global settings. Okay, first time we are coming here, financial accounting global settings. Here you'll see tax on sales purchase. Okay, so first on tax, just understand that if you buy something, when you are buying something, you pay the tax that is called input tax. And when you sell something, you pay the tax that is called output tax. Okay, so this is the organization, and when I'm buying, it is coming to the organization, it is input tax, and when I'm selling, it is called output tax. So here, since I am showing sales part, accounts receivable part only, not accounts payable, so I'm going to show you output tax only. Same way, the input tax needs to be configured if AP is within FICA. If AP is not within FICA, then we may not to use, we will use only output tax. Okay, so as I told you, the customer sides are heavy. That's why customer should always be, AR should always be in FICA, but AP may or may not be in FICA depending on what is the volume of AP. Or if you have the rev share kind of thing, revenue sharing, only then you have to configure AP as well within FICA. Okay, so tax on sales purchase, click on basic settings and click on check calculation procedure. Okay, again this part is done in FI side, you don't have to worry, but for concept building I'm just explaining. Ideally you just need the tax code, that's it. Okay, you just need the tax code and see whether the tax calculation is correct or not, because if you have 5% tax, you just need to see whether after calculating 5% what should be the tax amount, whether I'm getting the same tax amount, and whatever tax GL is required by customer, the tax is posted to the same GL or not. That these three things you will be concerned with. But since I'm explaining this concept, I just explain from the scratch. Okay. So first you go for define procedures. So define a different tax. Not from here. Hang on. Okay. Can someone, yeah, please go on mute. Okay, so see, we have different tax procedures. First we'll start with tax procedures, and you see different Argentina, Austria, Australia, Belgium, different tax procedures are created. Now since we are in US has two tax procedure. One is tax US and the other one is tax USJ. Okay, so scroll down, US will come towards the end of the screen, tax US and tax USJ. So wherever jurisdiction needs to be added, jurisdiction means so like in right now we are using GST. Before that we were using VAT, value added tax. Now value added tax, it was not a central level tax, it was state level tax. Okay, each state has their different VAT rates. Now jurisdiction means it is state level. US has 50 states, each state has different jurisdiction tax. That's why USJ, when tax USJ is used, that is tax with jurisdiction. And earlier they used to use tax US. That means no jurisdiction, only central level tax. Okay. So like that different, I mean, each country, some country has one, like India, we have tax IN. So IJKL, MNOP, Ireland, tax IND, tax INJ, like that different tax procedures are created. And then this tax procedure is assigned to the country. So currently assigned country to calculation procedure. So in US, let's see which so currently tax US is assigned. So whatever tax code we are going to create, that will be created under tax US. If tax USJ would have assigned, I would have created under tax USJ. But anyways, currently tax US is created, so I will assign under tax US. Okay. Now after that, now for tax jurisdiction, we have different tax jurisdiction, one for Florida, one for California. Like state level, they have different taxes, TX000, CA000, like that tax jurisdiction is activated. Okay. So this is first you need to check which your country has assigned, which tax calculation procedure is assigned to your country. Next you go to /o FTXP. Okay, create the tax code. This part will be done by FI, but again, since we are doing everything from a training point of view, so I'm going to do it here as well. So put the country wherever your country is located, I mean your company code is located, and you create the tax code. Okay, so I need to find unused tax code number because people are creating a lot of tax code. So our tax code will be output tax. Okay, so mostly I do O series. Now O series is fully houseful. No O series tax code is left. Okay, input tax are I series, you see AP, and output tax are O series. So I cannot use any O series, so I have to select any number. Maybe our company code is 0903, so I'll search, do I have any tax code with 09? No. So I'm going to create a tax code with 09 because my O series is fully exhausted. Okay, fully used, fully taken. So 09, and I hit enter. Here I'll call it, say 3% output tax. Okay, so here in the tax type I'll select whether it's input tax or output tax. So it is an output tax, that is it is related to sales. Okay, and here I need to enter the percentage. So percentage means it will be under AR. Okay, not AP. Look for AR. So AR comes from here. Here I will add 3, enter. That means 3% tax it will calculate. And here I have to assign the tax account. So click on tax account under CANA chart of account. I will assign the tax GL. So tax GL, I'll go, or maybe I can search from here. I will description. I will in the long text, I will search with star tax star. Any item which has tax word written, just show me. Okay, I have quite a few US sales tax. Okay, so US sales tax, I can, do I have any better wording? External, blah, blah. Okay, let me go for this one. Okay, US sales tax, and done, and save. Okay, so till here FI team will create and will give you the 09. From here, you have to do 4 steps in FICA. Whatever they did, this is done from FI. The GL that we have used, this GL will be used for FI tax posting, not in FICA. Now they will create the tax code and give it to us. Okay, I have created a tax code 09 for output tax 3%, and you can use it. Okay, from here the FICA work will start. So now I will assign this 09 into FICA. So I'll go to contract account receivable payable, basic function, posting document, because it will impact posting. Under document, maintain document assignment. define sales purchase tax determination. Okay, so come here. Now I have to assign the FI tax code with FICA tax code. Okay, I cannot use the FI tax code. That's why I have to assign the FI tax code with FICA tax code. So click on new entry. Okay, you see it is tax determination. This is for FICA and this is FI. This is tax code. Okay, so country US and FI has given me 09. I can use any number as tax determination. I am going to use the 09 as well, so that I can, else I'll forget. Okay, so this is FI right hand side and this is FICA and valid from 01/01/2020. Oh sorry, countries US. Enter. Save. First step, I told you 4 steps are there. First step is done. So their tax is assigned with our tax. Next step, you go back to under document. I came here first note. Now I'm going for the second note. Okay, define account assignment for tax for automatic posting. Come here and automatic GL account determination. Here at the top we have defined sales purchase tax. Okay, come here, it will open posting area 10. You can go from here or you can directly, if you remember /OFQC0 and you directly open 0010. Okay, it will show me display because I have already opened in another screen. You can come here and you can configure directly here. So anyways, I came from the node. Now I can do a copy. You see the copy button. This copy button I did not see in Brim. I don't know why. So you can create or you can copy. So let me select any 0305 something and I'll go single copy. I will change my company code 0903. I'll change my tax code O2. I cannot use, my tax code is 09. So 09. Okay, this is FI tax code 09. And here transaction, which transaction should I use? Wherever under 09, wherever have I have entered the percentage. Where did I enter the percentage? Against M1. So I have to use M1 only. Okay, else the percentage will not be derived. Okay, if I choose MW2 which doesn't have a percentage, the invoice will not be posted with tax. So always choose the one which has the percentage rate account key. Okay, so MW1 and here corporate tax liability. Now this GL will be used in FICA. Whatever GL I assigned in FTXP or the FI team has assigned in FTXP, that is done for their side. But here for FICA derivation, FICA posting, the tax code will be, the GL will be assigned here. Again, this GL will be given by FI team to you, and ideally the same GL they will be used. It is not like in FI we are using separate GL, in FICA we are using separate GL. It is not generally not like that. Okay, because they want to find out corporate output tax, they will run one single GL. But if they have requirement, they may give us. But anyways, they will give us this tax code and the GL account. FI team will give us these two things. Okay, so second step is done. Third step, I think 3 step is needed, not 4. Okay, so this is done. 0903 tax code is assigned. Now I think the last step is in the EK02 screen. Okay, so I'll go to /O EK02, which is R001 posting area. Here we have, I'll look for 0903. Here I will just simply assign the tax determination code. This is the FICA tax code. Okay, I will just assign. Earlier I did not have any tax code. Now I am assigning 09. That's it. 3 steps are done. Now if I post any FICA document, it will post with 3% tax. Okay, let's check whether the 3% tax is getting calculated correctly or not. So okay, I can use a new screen. /O FPE1. 30. I think I created document type 30 USD. Contract account, company code, main transaction. Remember, I did it against 0010 only. I did not configure against 20. Okay, I configured against 10 only. Let me configure against 20 as well. So in the 20 as well, I will assign the tax determination code 09. Save. Okay. Say amount is 100 because I can calculate easily 100. 3% of 100 is 3. You see the taxes are getting calculated correctly. Okay, 3% tax on $100. 3. Okay, with that I'm going to save because I saw that the calculation is correct. Okay, this account is not defined for tax posting. /o fs00. This account is not an output tax account. Okay, so I'll just open this account in the control data, edit, and I'll choose the tax category as output tax account. Then I'll save. Okay, I know it will not be reflected. I have to start again, but let me try to save. Okay, information is is like a hard stop. You can't use invoicing through upstream using EASIBI. Again, EASIBI, I will need all the billing, and I will need first. I have to move in a contract, Rishi, because
Okay.
I don't have the CRM billing, all those device, everything I have to configure. Okay, that's why I did not do.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to again, because the GL attribute was different, so again I'll do /n FPE1. Company code, contract account, main, sub. Let me put something else at 200. Okay, 6 out of 3% of 200 is coming as 6. Now I'm going to save, document, display. Okay, so ideally first we had customer debit, revenue credit. Now I have customer debit, revenue credit, output tax credit. Okay, why output tax is created? Because output tax is a liability for us. For the company 0903, output tax is a liability. Why liability? Because earlier he was collecting, the company, we were collecting $200, and that was for us only. Now we are collecting 200 plus 6, total $206 we are collecting. This 200 is for us, but this $6 we have to pay to the government. This is not our money. We are holding it, and that's why it is like a liability. Once I pay to the government, then it will be debited. Okay, currently it is credit. Later when I pay to the government, then it will be output tax debit and bank account credit. That will happen in FI downstream, not with us. Okay, so any posting where AR or AP is involved, FICA can be used. ARAP means contract account business partner is involved, FICA can be used. Now when I pay it, the accounting entry is output tax debit, bank account credit. We don't have FICA, we don't have contract account debit or credit anywhere. So FICA cannot be used in such a case. Okay, so we just need to mention, like, this is the same entry, Rishi. If you do invoicing now, this same entry will happen. Don't worry. So whatever config for as an integration point, whatever config is needed, that I have shown you, that is enough.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you open the this tax line, it will tell you this is the tax base amount on which 09 has 3%. So 3% is calculated, and $6 is calculated total. Okay, so this is the final. Now earlier the customer balance was 200. Now the customer's balance, anyways, it will increase the customer balance. Any sale will increase the customer balance. Earlier the sale was increasing, I mean a $200 worth of sale was increasing the balance. Now along with the sale, now customer has to not only pay for the sale amount, it has to pay for the tax as well. So now the customer is debited with 206. Earlier he was getting debited with 200 only, because he was supposed to pay 200 only. Now he is supposed to pay 200 plus 6, total 206. Okay, so again it's a debit. You can see in FPL9 screen, I have used all the 6 screens. So let me use this screen, FPL9. So it's a debit. Okay, it's a debit. Earlier no tax, directly debited. So if you open this, you will see tax was not there. Customer debit, revenue credit. Overview, here. Customer debit, revenue credit. Because I did not introduce tax back then, now in the latest entry, I introduced tax. Overview, customer debit, revenue credit, tax credit. So again, I have to check whether the tax amount is calculated correctly or not. Tax GL is being derived correctly or not. Okay, this is one way of tax calculation. Now, sometimes the requirement may be that the tax amount should be inclusive. Okay, this is exclusive. On this revenue, tax is calculated on top of it. Suppose the requirement is on revenue, tax will be calculated, but the final balance will be 200. That means maybe the revenue will go as 194, tax will be 6, total will be 200. Okay, so when you go to a restaurant, you'll see the menu, you see okay, this food costs this much. Niche down there will be a fine print saying inclusive of tax. If it is inclusive of tax, you understood, okay, my final bill I can finally, but will be my invoice amount I can understand. But whether it says taxes to be calculated separately, this is that scenario. The customer saw that okay, electricity charge will be 200 but exclusive of tax. Now this tax is added, now he will check, okay, my electricity consumption will be 200 plus 3%. Now if the requirement is that the tax will be inclusive, that means uh, customer will be invoiced with 200 only, but the splitting will happen within 200, like 194 revenue and 6 tax. That kind of scenario, if that kind of scenario is needed, then how will you do that? No config change is needed, you just need to do little tweak. Okay, so /n fpe1, here you will just uncheck net receivable, that's it. You'll see the difference. Earlier it was posted with net receivable, now it is posted without net receivable. Okay, so again I'm going to do 200, everything will remain the same, but you'll see the tax amount and the this time the customer will be debited with 200. Earlier on 200, on top of that tax was added. Now here within 200 the tax is already included, will be included. Okay, so 0903 contract account main sub exact 200. See, the tax base amount became 194.16 and tax amount became 5.83. Now if you add 194.17 plus 5.83, it will come as customers 200. That means customer will never be, I mean, whatever menu, whatever food the customer sees, it is inclusive of tax. Okay, so chicken biryani 200. No tax will be charged on top of it. Okay, 200 means tax is already added. This kind of scenario, you just uncheck net receivable. Now someone will ask, okay, I understand, how did we come up with this figure 5.83 or 194.17? The calculation is, if I open the calculator, the calculation is T by 100 plus T. Okay, so 200 is the 200 is the revenue amount, I mean total customer amount. Now it is inclusive, so it will be T by 100 plus T. T means 3 into 3 by 103. This is how the 5.83, this is rounded off. This is how the 5.83 is came up with. Now I need to deduct this amount from 200. The rest will be revenue. 194.17 is revenue, 5.83 is tax, then the customer will be billed with 200, round figure. No further tax addition. Tax is already added. Okay, then I'm going to save. It will post a tax line, but that amount will be different. So I click on display. Now this time the customer has to pay 200. Why? Because tax is inclusive. Earlier case, if I open, see, it is same customer debit, sales credit and output tax credit. Previously, if when I opened the tax line item, it was showing 100 here, 200 here, and 3% on 200 was coming as 6. Now it is coming as 194, and 3% of 394, 3% of 194.17 will come as 5.83. I showed you the calculation. Based on that calculation, this is happening. Okay, so two invoice, one is inclusive, one is exclusive. Both will appear in the FPL9. Tax line will be there, but the calculation will be slight different. So if I go to the FPL9 screen, I will click the refresh button. I will see same. When I post the FPL9, my entry was same. The only differentiating factor was when I posted the initial entry. I go to the header. That net receivable check is not available. Okay. Do I see it in that table? Let's see. Because it is now posted, I cannot see that net receivable check. While posting I did, but let me see in the table. Do I see that tick, that checkbox? Because that is what causing the differentiation. /n AC16N DFKKO. Okay, it should be in the header table DF_KKO. Two document numbers. These are the two document numbers 90399, 90398. Document numbers. I will enter 399, 398, execute. Now do I see the difference? Oh god, this is not at header level. Okay, is it at BP level? Because once it is posted, I cannot prove that how it is calculated, right? So let me see in the line at BP line. Do I see any difference? My discount base is different, okay, but that's fine. What is driving this thing that I am looking for? Okay, tax amounts are different, that's fine. The checkbox, where can I find? Hang on. There is a way. Net receivable F1. Which table are you getting stored? Okay, it's a separate table. RFP1. Is it a table or structure? Let's see. Never heard of this table. /n AC16N. It is not a table. /n AC11. Okay, it is a structure. So okay, so I cannot check that checkbox that I did after it is posted. I cannot check it. Is there no way to find out after posting? Maybe I
So
will.
we have a tax tab in FPL9, right, under the document display. Will it show over there?
Okay, so let me try DFKK OPK table because tax is a GL line. Let me give it a try. OPK. I open the table. Okay, here's a table. No, this is not a table. /n AC16N DFKK document numbers. Okay, the copy is gone. (90399, 90398). Okay, let's see. So if I do ascending, I'll check the two document number. Okay, so first one, this is the revenue line, tax line, revenue line, tax line. Let's validate. Do I have anything that can help us distinguish? Is that all? Is any field hidden? Change layout? No, all the fields are here. Okay, from the document, let's see. Document has a tax segment, so here this is the tax line. I do not see any. This is 99. Here I remove the checkbox. Okay, first I'll see this one. Oh, in the BP line also there is one. So in the BP line, tax data. Okay, I don't see anything.
Okay, click on the top. There is taxes, right? On the top. Yeah.
This is the GL line. Okay, so this is the GL line. So when I went there, Like from GL item,
Base
I
amount was there, right? Some base amount.
no, base amount is different. I understand the base amount it is showing, but what is driving this? That checkbox. I am just looking for if I can see that checkbox. Understand baseline is base amount different,
I
tax
don't
amount
think
is
we will
different.
see that because that is not that is on the input screen only, right? Means that
But
that
in the
has
header,
control.
whatever that was in the header screen, and whatever I entered, everything I see here. Okay, only that screen, net receivable, some other screens were missing. So I'm just thinking whether that screen I can check. Anyways, I don't want to spend much time on it, but I hope you understood the idea how the derivation is happening, inclusive of tax and exclusive of tax. Okay, any question on tax? WST I'll take separately. Just on GST, on the output tax. Any question till now? Okay, if not, I'm going to go for the next topic. The next topic will not be completed, but anyways, I'll start. Here we are going to talk about a mass posting. Now, many a time you might have a requirement that this posting is whatever FP1 posting is happening daily, maybe hundreds of BP require such manual adjustment. Now, who will manually create those post those FP1? So that's why they may come up with a requirement that you create a mass posting interface or something via which multiple invoices can be posted. Okay, sorry, not invoices, such manual posting, but in a mass, in a bulk. Can we do something if there's a requirement to do in a bulk? So for that, like FI side, FI has a BAPI. Similarly, FICA also has a BAPI. Okay, so FI has a BAPI SSC document post. Similarly, BAPI SITRAC document create, I think, or post maybe. So we have a BAPI. Via that BAPI, we can post. So what will the BAPI do? So first you have to create a file has to be created. The file, this information will be there, CA1, CA2, like that, multiple CA will be there. And how much? The $10, $15, $12, minus 9, 5.5, like that. The amount has to be, they will fill up. Like for which CA, how much needs to be posted, they will fill it up, and we have to write a custom program. The custom program, as a functional, you will design that custom program. In that custom program, the input will be fed to the BAPI. The custom program will call the BAPI only, and the BAPI will read. BAPI is nothing but a function module. That function module will read each line item, and it will post all the line items in mass. Okay, so it will read the first line and post the first line, second line, like that, all items in one shot. The custom program will run like a wrapper program. Wrapper program means for each line the BAPI will be called, and at the end all the items will be posted in one shot. Okay, so when you design the functional specification, how will you design? In the BAPI you have to mention that BAPI requires different fields. Okay, so you have to mention that in the BAPI which field require which value. I mean, what value needs to be passed in which input parameter. Okay, so I'm going to show you the BAPI or the function module /n AC37 and BAPI SITRAC document create. Okay, SITRAC means contract. Okay, BAPI SITRAC document create. You execute this, and I have created a test data. I mean, not only me, lots of candidates have created their own test data. Now, okay, here I see my name. I think this is my November batch. Let's see, hope it will work. So run with any test data, and I will replace the existing data with my company code data. So I have to fill three structure: one header structure, one BP line, one GL line. Okay. So first I'll go for the header structure. These values you have to fill. Okay. So first I need to enter recon key. So I'm going to use a recon key. I'll talk about recon key separately. I'm going to use a recon key which is already created. Okay. Else it will not take posting. So this recon key, I'll post everything in that recon key. Application area, if you're using R, then you can go for R. Okay, our document type, this is the header FP1 initial screen. Document type I enter 030. Source key, this is origin. You remember manual posting requires 01. Currency USD, I'll change the posting document date and posting date 17/03/2023, 17/03/2023. Okay, that's all for the header structure. Done. Header is done. Just click on refresh. It will reflect. Sometimes the changes are not reflected unless you refresh. Header structure done. Come back. Now go for partner position. That is, this is the BP line. Okay, click on this hierarchy and you replace document number. We don't know what number is going to be assigned, so keep it blank. Repetition item sub item you put. Change your company code 0903. Now I have to enter my business partner and my contract account. Okay, so BP CA. If I have contract, I would have pasted contract. I don't have any contract. Main transaction 0903, sub transaction 10. This GL account same 126,000. Again, document date I have already entered in the header section 17/03/2024. 17/03/2024. Text field, if you want to post, if you want to populate anything, I just did posting via BAPI. Due date, again, let me, so we have 10 days now. So 27/03/2024. Discount due date again 27/03/2024. Okay. Next, I will enter the amount. Okay, so maybe I will enter say $50. Anything do you have to change? No, all good. Enter. Refresh. Now come back. Last is the general ledger position. This is the GL line. Come here. Company code I'll change 903. This revenue GL remains the same. Cost center, I have to check what is my cost center currently. Corporate tax liability cost center is, sorry, not in the tax liability, in the revenue line. Cost center is this. I'll replace the cost center. I entered 50 now, so I'll enter 50 here. Done. Refresh. Back. I'll just save it as 0903. Okay, and I'll execute to see if there is any error. Oh, sorry, 17/3/2023 I did. 2024 it should be 17/3/24, 17/3/24. Else the documented posting it will be different in header versus line item. Okay, I have less than 1 minute. If we cannot complete, we'll continue next week. Okay, so let's see. I execute. Do I get any error or something? Okay, so document number is generated. Again, this will not update the database because I did not commit. Okay, BAPI requires some commitment. If I search this document number in FPE3, it will not find. I will not find. Okay, next week I'll show you. If I try to find it, FPE3 /n FPE3, you see, does not exist because I did not commit it. It did not upgrade the database. It will show me only whether the document is possible to be posted or not. Okay, so we will continue from here next week. I will show you with commitment how the document is posted. There I can see the document in FPE3.